Welcome, wrestling fans, to the latest edition of Planet Video.
Planet Video? See, you know what? You're always stuck on that Planet Video stuff.
Well, we're Planet Video representing Planet Wrestling.
There you go. Planet Wrestling.
Making its triumphant return to Loxley, Alabama at the Loxley Civic Center, February 18th.
That's right, and that's what we're here to talk about, among other things. Gulf Coast, I am so happy to be here along with my sidekick. This is Mr. Internet, and I was told today that you were wearing your brand new Obama underwear.
I cannot.
It's all white with that black skid mark in the back.
I can't confirm nor deny that.
Anyway, but I heard that you also have a little Knit Romney in the front. Anyway,
he's on
here
fire.
Here we go. All right. Ooh, I just smell a little new. Okay.
Okay.
Now, tell me about this show coming up. I want to hear about it. I want to hear about it from your standpoint, and then I'll kind of interject.
Well,
there.
the exciting thing about Planet Wrestling is we're bringing something to the people. We're bringing something fresh, new, and exciting. Something new, something old.
So what's new about it? See, you know, I was told, not to say this and that and this and that. What's new about it? What's exciting about it?
Well, I'll tell you, the one thing I have on my sheet, we're bringing in somebody I'm very excited to see. I've seen him on YouTube, I've seen him around a few places, but this is the first time in this area, Mr. Lucas Frost.
Lucas Frost.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And I urge all the fans, get on YouTube, look for Lucas Frost, watch some of his videos, Lukas Frost.
You know what I've been told that guy is pretty awesome.
Yes.
I mean, you know what, he's exciting to watch, and he also does whatever it takes to win, which is my kind of guy.
Absolutely. I think he's going to bring something very unique to Planet Wrestling. I think the fans are in for a treat.
And since I'm the one who actually sets the matches up, you know who I've got him up against?
Who's that?
Ron Horn.
Oh my gosh.
The self-proclaimed ladies' man.
Yes.
Ron Horn.
And you know, this has all the makings to be a great match.
Oh,
I mean,
you know, listen. I mean, like, in order to actually get on our card, you know what, you have to have something special anyway.
Right.
And that's what it's about. You know, it's about looking like a wrestler. It's about acting like a wrestler. It's about having enough respect for the business. And it's about getting in there and actually fighting for pride. You know, it's all about pride. It's about getting in there and actually just giving it your all.
Absolutely. You know? And you know, looking at these two, Ron Horn, obviously the bigger, more powerful, but if you've seen Lucas Frost in action, you know the speed and agility and the ring savvy will go a long way. I'm really looking forward to that match.
You know what, I think it's going to be really exciting. Also, I've got one of my favorites. Now, I have a hard time pronouncing his name, and the guy's really, you know what, the guy scared a lot of the fans.
Yes.
But it is, what is it,
Akuma Okoye, the Nigerian Nightmare.
Okoye, the Nigerian Nightmare. What a beast he is.
I tell you, for a guy his size to be as agile as he is in the ring, if you missed the last show, he did a top rope headbutt dive from the top rope, which just, it was insane. And he took like a 14-year ring veteran to the limit. You know
what? That's what's exciting about our shows, is that you see stuff like that off of guys that you wouldn't normally see that from.
Absolutely. You know? And you got to, the Nigerian Nightmare is put together. He is shredded. He is just.
You know what? The guy has actually spent time in the gym. You know, and nobody's born that way.
Right.
You know what? You got to take pride in what you do. Okay. Look. Okay. I just have to. I'm gonna just say this. I'm sorry. I've got to say it. You know me. If you're 160 pounds, and if you're wearing tennis shoes in the ring and a pair of shorts, you don't belong in the business. I'm sorry. You do not belong in this business. This is a business that I take very seriously. Back in the day, you know, I was in the gym every day, you know, and boots was a must, you know. I mean,
you never saw Joe LeDuc wearing Chucks.
No, I'm not at all, man. I mean, like, unless you were Samoan and barefooted,
right,
you had to have wrestling boots back in the day. And you know, just having a pair of like Nike shorts and Nike shoes does not constitute being a wrestler. And that's why we are different. We're exciting. Our guys are professional wrestlers. Let me tell you something. We love to work with top-notch professional guys. And I want to just kind of put this out there. One of the most, I would say probably one of the most professional guys that I've worked with in a while is a guy by the name of Chase Stevens. You know Chase Stevens?
Right.
You know, he is on the road probably 5 to 6 days a week.
Yes.
All right?
He makes a living at doing this.
Absolutely. And he is in the gym every single day. You know, he eats, lives, and breathes pro wrestling. And that's the kind of guys we're bringing in. And I've got Chase coming down too.
Awesome.
I mean, it's a buzz out there.
Yes.
You know, people are tired of working for the same old, same old. Okay,
Absolutely.
and they're actually calling us up because there's a buzz. Now, let's talk about Planet Wrestling. Planet Wrestling, okay, this is a brand new year for us. Brand spanking new year, you know, but it'll take a while because basically we have to get the fans behind us, and that's the key, okay? If the fans don't come, then basically we can't put on too many shows because it costs money.
Absolutely.
So that's what we're doing. We're actually trying to bring the fans in by actually giving the fans what they want.
Absolutely, and that's one of the things I can applaud you and Chief Ironclaw for. Many a time I've heard stories of fans going to a wrestling show and just feeling unappreciated.
Absolutely.
Feeling like the show was not booked for them but for the boys. You know, they feel like they didn't get their money's worth. I want the fans to leave exhausted. I want them to leave with a smile on their face.
Look,
Granny will leave exhausted.
oh, Granny. Hey, Granny, how you doing? I'm coming at you. Listen, you know what? There was a show we had, okay, where two guys back in the back. Now, you know what? This is not, you know, they couldn't stand each other.
Right.
Okay? And that's what makes Planet Wrestling so good. It's a good locker room. We gel good, but you know what? It's all about pride. It's all about respect.
Absolutely.
Okay? When I stood in that ring that time and I just went off about it's all about respect, that's exactly what it's about.
Right. I agree. Well, we were talking about Nigerian Nightmare. Who's he going to be going up against?
Well, you know, probably, and I don't know for sure, but probably Matt Harvard because you know, man, Matt Harvard really needs a good, you know, actual kickstart. You know what I'm saying? And I think,
Absolutely.
and you know what, if you look at Matt Harvard, he has spent some time in the gym here lately.
Absolutely,
and
and
he's looking phenomenal.
You know, a lot of you out there might say, "Wow, Matt Harvard against the Nigerian Nightmare." Matt Harvard has not been seen in this area in a while, and he has bulked up considerably.
And you know what? He's a technical wrestler.
Yes, he is.
You know, but actually both guys know exactly what they're doing in the ring, and
Yes.
that's what makes it so exciting. You never know what's going to happen.
Right. The thing I'm interested in, you know, of course, Matt Harvard has bulked up. I want to see what his ground game is now, what his technical game is, since he has bulked up and added all that muscle.
Absolutely. You know,
And that's the exciting part.
I
for
mean,
me.
you know what? That's got to give him an extra edge, and also that's some extra bit of confidence too.
Absolutely. When you clamp on a submission and you have muscle behind it,
Ooh.
that's.
We also have Dirtbag Darrell coming. We also have Nick Bondage. I mean, two crafty veterans right there.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, you know what, man? Nick Bondage always brings in people. But I'm going to tell you what I'm looking forward to.
What's that?
The tag team.
Oh, my God.
911.
Tony
Okay.
Sweat and the original War Machine Chad Cheatham.
Well, let me tell you what I did. I got a phone call from a lady, let's just call her Mama Rocket. Okay?
Mama Rocket.
Mama Rocket.
Write that down.
Mama Rocket. Okay? Now, let me tell you. Everybody loves, especially Monica. They all love, actually, Ricky Rocket.
Right.
Okay? You know what, man? Ricky Rocket's got a cousin.
Really?
Now, you know what? You got two boys who actually know their way around the ring, and yet Mama Rocket wants to get them in, and Mama Rocket said, "I will even manage if I have to."
Wow.
So
Wow.
it's up in the air right now. She's wanting all of these demands. She wants their own trailer out back. Okay.
Wow.
You know,
What
she said she'll even pull it up.
Well, I have not heard from. What's the demeanor of Mama Rocket?
Mama Rocket is about 400 pounds with like a Snicker bar, always hanging out of her mouth with a cigarette.
Got about as much teeth as a jack-o'-lantern?
You know, look, anything can happen. That's still in the works, but you know what? You got 911 up against the Rockets. That's going to be exciting.
Wow.
Chad Cheatham, Tony Sweat up against the Rocket Boys.
Wow.
You know, come on. I mean, you know, brand spanking new. You know what? No one's ever seen them. Chad Cheatham and also Tony Sweat only work for us. Why? Because they see, basically with us, it's, you know what? It's got so much potential. So much potential. And if you fans would, you know, if, you know what, that's the thing. If, like, we can get all of you fans behind us, this thing could go, I mean, you know what, it can go viral. It can go.
Absolutely. And you know, I know a lot of fans have been burned at wrestling shows before. Come on out to Planet Wrestling. Get a taste about what we're all about.
That's
It'll
right.
change your perspective on independent professional wrestling. Which brings me to one thing. The last event we had, Chad Cheatham was not there. He got jumped somewhere. And I was going to ask you if you knew anything about that.
Do I know anything about
Well,
it?
I
Now,
mean,
why in the world would I know anything
Well, you
about
seem
it?
to be on top of everything else. I figured
Well,
maybe
I
you
am.
had some insight. He was jumped at a rest stop or something, or
I'm going to tell you what, Chad Cheatham coming back into business really ticked off a lot of people, okay? Because that's an extra level of competition that actually, you know what people don't want. You know, so you have Tony Sweat, which is a tough man in his own right.
Yes.
Okay, you know what, you got Tony Sweat, one of the legends on the coast, up against, up and actually with Chad Cheatham as his partner. Okay, two monsters who take care of themselves.
Absolutely.
Okay, I mean, my God, who wants them in the ring?
Well, I think the fans would like to see him in the ring. But
well, absolutely, and so then that's what's going to happen. I was told that there's about 2 minutes left,
yes.
So let's wrap this up, and then we'll just come back again. But look, fans, look, this is for you. We're doing this for you, okay? And each show is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And you know what? All of our referees are top notch. We're not pulling people, even though that's what you guys did last time.
I had nothing
pulled somebody
to
out
do
of
with
the crowd. We got top notch referees. We got top notch wrestlers. We got top notch fans. We got fans
Yes.
that expect more from us because basically we tell them we're going to give them more.
Absolutely.
So
there you go. Well, we're going to wrap this up. We'll be back just a second. Part 2.